Masters playing at fullback in Jake Connor's absence. Interesting from Ian Watson how he utilises Easton Masters, but without doubt he is one of the big threats for the Giants here this afternoon.
Well, first job from the London Broncos point of view is not to concede too many. They're averaging 44 points a game concession in Super League. Can they today show themselves to be a little more robust in defence, and can they somehow get over this Huddersfield Giants side and pick up their first win of the season? All remains to be seen, but the Giants are starting off with some determination in defence here. In to dummy half goes Davis for the Broncos, looking left, but already 3 tackles gone, and they are struggling to get outside their own 30 here. The Giants right from the top are really ramping this up. Here's Davis again, looking for the big men down at the middle, but they're meeting some mighty response each time. So they're going to have to kick at the end of this opening set of 6 from deep inside their own half. Ollie Leyland with a kick downfield, but it lands straight away into the hands of the winger, and a chance to be brought forward by Sam Holsall. And look where Huddersfield are starting their set here.
It's a real advantage in the modern game to kick off. You get the benefit of having a really fresh defensive line. You get the ability to attack with that first defensive set, and look at the result here. Huddersfield now into London's territory already.
There's Yates, who's down and up and delivers from dummy half, and there's Deacon out of that dummy half position as well, wearing the number 19 shirt on his back. His granddad Steve Deacon gave him the shirt yesterday in a little bit of a ceremony at Huddersfield. You might remember Steve being heavily connected with the Catalan Dragons. He's been involved with a lot of clubs down the years as Steve. And here his grandson's taking the stage, and his teammates are looking to create the first opening, and Easton Masters is dragged down just short of the line. Yeah, it was a nice piece of ball movement, and just Easton Masters again showing what a threat that he is once he gets in some space. Look, he's such a strong ball carrier, and you expect him, once he just shows that dummy, to have the strength to score. It's great last-ditch defence from the Broncos. Well, again, London have got problems here just clearing their lines. That first issue, Davis trying to look a little wider this time, but wherever they look, there are Huddersfield defenders moving in at pace and with intent. And they have a penalty, and that is going to be a massive lift for the Broncos.
And this is one way to get out of your half. Obviously, you can play, you can move the ball, and you can try and break a defensive team down. But a really easy way to get out of your half is to just milk a penalty, get a penalty, kick this ball to touch. Look, London's big challenge has been getting out the half all year. In the opening 5 fixtures, they've just really struggled to do so. They average about 1,300 metres a game, which is 300 or 400 metres less than their opposition. But that's one way that Mike Eccles will breathe a sigh of relief and get out of the half that way.
Level put down, 5 short of the halfway line. Here's Davis out of dummy half, and just a little bit of a face ball almost, that wasn't it? But they keep a hold. Chatting to Mike Eccles earlier in the week, the London coach, and saying how he feels his team are really learning lessons each week. They copped a few points against Warrington a couple of weeks ago in their league game. But he said other than that, they have drawn positives from a lot of matches in which they played. And here they are looking wide with some intent as well, as McCarney takes them to a position they haven't been so far in this game. 2 plays to go. Leyland again back on the inside with Parata, and the hands are good, but Huddersfield defence reacting accordingly. And Davis is the dummy half. Parata's waiting, but it goes to that right-hand side to Meadows, and a little bit of a grubber kick, I think, but Lolohea comes up with it from Huddersfield's point of view, and dangerously close to that touchline.
He's claiming he's in touch.
It's a penalty, no, it's a penalty, because he clearly shouted held.
Yeah, the referee called held, and Meadows just didn't hear the call, carries on with his defensive effort. A big defensive effort from Meadows, was renowned for his attacking play. He put the short kick in, and just too much there, dragging him over the sideline after the referee had called held. Meadows is going to be key here for London. He orchestrates much of what's good about their attack, and actually quite a testing set there from London, really prodding and probing the Huddersfield defensive line.
Deacon at dummy half, and carried in this time by Wilson. A couple of plays gone, and Huddersfield find themselves within 15 of that halfway line again. Deacon, Kutjo with a pass to Yates. Luke Yates missing last week, gets an arm free and gets that ball away, and that's punishing from London's point of view. dummy shown by Livette. They're making ground. Deacon looking down that left-hand side again. Here's Lollahea, look for the miss-out pass, but read easily by Kershaw, and a gift for the Broncos.
It was, but it was a great defensive read from Kershaw. He had to get into a position where he had shut the play down defensively by being aggressive, but that position allowed him to put the intercept easily. Yeah, just great defensive read from Kershaw, up and in, aggressive, gets the ball, gives London great position now.
Leyland on to Walker. Walker stretching the resolve of that Huddersfield defence very nearly to breaking point. Bassett. And here comes Leyland again. Purata. And Meadows. And there's a bit of bounce here, a bit of liveliness from London's point of view. Can they turn this into points? Last play in this set. Purata again, right up to the line and back to Leyland again with a short pass, but Huddersfield's defence squeezes in efficiently enough. And it will be the Giants who have it back. Only 5 from their own line, though.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying watching Meadows and Leyland and Purata move the ball around, test Huddersfield. Huddersfield's defence is standing up strong. They've made some really solid contacts, good defensive reads. I think all that'll be alarming Ian Watson is that the way in which London have got out of their half is through penalties and errors from them, and that's something he'll look to tidy up.
Here's Deacon. Have a look at Swift here, the winger, who's in fantastic form at the moment, isn't it? What is it, 8 tries in his last 4 appearances? 4 in the Cup last week against Hull FC, his former side. He'd have enjoyed that, no doubt. Deacon delivers again, and this time it's Wilson who drives it forward. Last play, though, for Huddersfield Giants, and they are still, to the credit of London's defence, very much inside their own half, and Lollahea's kick downfield is huge. That's a wonderful kick from Lollahea. Walker couldn't take it on the fall, and because of the kick and because of the chase, London are back in a bit of bother again.
Yeah, it was just a solid chase from Huddersfield, everybody on board, the full middle unit getting down. Ian Watson will be delighted with that, the attention to detail from his players there to follow up on the Lollahea kick so well. And this is what Huddersfield have done well, if anything, over the last 2 or 3 years, is when they get teams in vulnerable positions like this, is collectively defend very aggressively. And I repeat, Dave, London's biggest problem is going to be getting out of their half here this afternoon.
Well, they're trying to do it the hard way at the moment, through sheer determination. Stock put down. Mike Eccles watching on as the ball is booted. Is this a 40-20? It's a kick from Ollie Leyland, and it was tightish to the touchline. It is a 40-20, and how about that for turning round the feature of the game?
Well, it's fantastic. Leyland just keeps the winger on that long side, just in the wrong position. It's Halsall who comes up defending, as though he's going to have to defend a play. Well, he gets himself in a bad position, opening up that as an opportunity for Mike Eccles and the London Broncos to pick that 40-20 off. Advantage London.
Here's Kennedy with the initial drive. So London have 5 more goes at this Huddersfield line. Early stages of the game, but they've weathered some defending at the back, and now they have a wonderful attacking opportunity. Quick hands, which find Kershaw. Walker just patting it on, but Kershaw more or less tackled as he took that ball as he slips to the ground. It was a difficult take. And Stock will fire it in. Marcus Stock held up within sight. This is Davis skimming it back again to Purata. A take and a step back on the inside from Leyland, and he's still going here. He's a tricky customer, but they just about deal with him. Taken out by Davis again. It's a reach by Purata. Meadows was waiting on that right-hand side, but he can't get the pass away. So they've one last play to go here, the Broncos. Huddersfield's defensive line is standing firm at the moment. Meadows shapes the kick and then puts the pass away. It's out with Kershaw, and he's taken in by Adam Swift, who makes sure that he pins that ball and arms to chest as well.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the start from young Ollie Leyland, James Meadows. Their combination and then ball movement is really testing Huddersfield and making them have to come up with some good defensive decisions. But a bright start from Leyland, great 40-20. And London in the ascendancy here, London on top.
And Jake Bibby with a carry as well. We talk about debuts, but he'll have been just as nervous ahead of today, won't he? His first match of this new season.
Yeah, great to bring somebody with that quality and pedigree into the team. You know, his combination on that left edge with Adam Swift, I'm sure, will play a part in the point scoring from Huddersfield.
Kudjoe looking left again and just plundered forward another step or so by Wilson and picked up by Deacon again, and here's Lola. Hey, oh, it was almost, well, it was an intercept, but it was almost an intercept and a break from Lee Kershaw's point of view. So the best try-scoring opportunities he's had so far today.
And it's two great picks from Kershaw. He's picked Lola Hayes' pockets twice now, been aggressive, been up and in, and just been in a great position to pick off Lola Hayes' loose pass.
Here's Marcus Stock, 3 in to put him down. London measuring up again. They are giving as good as they get here so far in this game. Leyland with a little chip and a chase because there's nobody home to defend it. Leyland with a pace, and has he got down to score? Well, the touch judge is over there trying to help out. But the referee is going to the video referee, so for the first time today we're going to hear from Wilmslow. This is going to be a try. Odds are in their favour.
So it's tackle free. We've got an on-field decision of try. It comes from a kick, so we need to check onside, offside first. So we'll check onside, offside. We'll pause it on the foot. So everybody to the left of the kicker is onside. We do need to keep an eye on hit person in the middle. So we will go through here. So he is now placed back onside because the kicker has got ahead of the player. So now we're going into this challenge in the corner. So both players are going towards the ball. Nkwama has clearly attempted to tackle the player without the ball, so we'll log that for now and see whether a try is scored in any case. So the ball has hit Leyland's arm and gone forward, so therefore that is a knock-on. He's never been in control and it is a knock-on. However, due to the actions of Nkwama, he has impeded the London player. Thank you, I have a decision.
Well, it's going to be no try in the first instance, but is there enough there for the referee to give this as a penalty try? At the very least a penalty from what we're hearing. Well, here we go. This is going to be a video ref penalty try. We wait nervously and the try is given, and it is a penalty try. So it's going to be a kick underneath the sticks to make life easier as well. It's his first of the season, Ollie Leyland, and my goodness, that was a bit of class and pace, wasn't it?
Well, it's been a classy start from Ollie Leyland, and his kicking game's come to the fore. This short kick, perfectly judged. Sam Halsall, the right wing of Huddersfield, again in a questionable position. Nkwama left no choice but to stop him illegally before he grounds the ball. What vision and execution from Leyland. Nkwama with the illegal contact. Penalty try to London, and do you know what, Dave? It's well deserved. And Ollie Leyland's fingerprints and bootlaces have been on everything that's great about this London performance so far.
And for those who want to see London Broncos succeed, who want to see rugby league succeed in this part of the world, he's one of the examples, isn't he, of why this club is important, because he's Maidstone born. He probably wouldn't have been playing rugby league had it not been for this club, not at a professional level anyway, and he has put it between the sticks as well. So his personal tally is 6 points, and London lead here by 6 points to 0.
Yeah, this team's littered with players from the south, which is one of the beautiful things about this Broncos side. It's Lola Hayes. Kershaw picks his pocket. He's done that twice now. Lola Hayes got to learn, but it's about this man Leyland. What a beautifully timed kick. An exceptional chase, and the appetite to get there puts Nkwama under all sorts of pressure. Fabulous start here from the Broncos.
And we sure is. Oh, that's high. It's going to be another penalty for London, and a chance to clear their lines as well. I'm sure his brother Billy's looking on with some pride as well, because his is a real heartbreak tale, isn't it? Billy Leyland looking to play his first year in Super League, and he got an ACL in pre-season, and that just about rules him out for the campaign.
Yeah, just to reiterate the story of this London team, usually in years gone by, the London Broncos has been a collection of players from the north who've maybe come to ply the trade down here. Well, this can't be said of this Mike Eccles formed squad. All genuinely from this part of the world. A few French influences amongst the team as well. Rhys Kennedy here from Australia, but it's got a different flavour.
Here's Davis, out of dummy half. Born in Burbage in Leicestershire, but you've still got the theme of expansion going from his point of view. Davies again up at dummy half, and London are full of confidence like they haven't been all year. At home, certainly. Davies again. He's got Meadows to his right. Here is Meadows now. looking for the support runners and dummying and trying to trick his way through, but the Broncos are back on the 6th, and they're back within range again. Dummy shown by Walker and snatched up by defenders, and disappointing end from the home side's point of view, but the Giants get some relief from that.
Yeah, 2 observations. The Huddersfield Giants defence is way too passive. And London, especially Dean Parata's just running over the advantage line with players in movement, and it's making the Huddersfield defence sit on the heels and be passive. Second point is London need to finish their sets in a better way. Just getting tackled in the corner, they've got an opportunity there to build pressure, to get another set of 6 by getting a repeat set. Mike Eccles' message may well be going down to say let's finish our sets in a more clinical way.
Well, it's been up and down in recent weeks for the Huddersfield Giants. They put 50 past Hull last week. A couple of weeks before that, they put 50 past Castleford, but home defeat against Hawking's Rovers in between, so they're hoping it's not going to be another down after an up here today. Needing to get a little bit of consistency. They're under the pump at the moment, the Giants, and on the last, they have to kick it away with Clune under so much pressure and late with a kick. The bounce might help them because it is awkward, but Walker makes sure it doesn't. And Alex Walker gives London a starting position just 15 from the halfway.
It's just poor from Huddersfield. The recognition that that's last play, to get the ball into Adam Clune's hands is priority number 1. And it's Deacon and Kudjoe making it look clumsy, making it look scruffy, with Walker with an excellent take.
Taken in again by Kennedy, inside his opponent's half. Davis ranging up to dummy half once more. This is Parata. Puts it back to Meadows, offering it back on the inside again, and Story will take it in, and not only take it in, but keep it alive. Lolohea can't keep hold of his man, but there's a little bit of help coming from Livette. Claimed there was a Huddersfield hand on that, I think, from Meadows, but the referee's having none of that. Here's Parata again. And it's a penalty for the penalty for the Broncos, rather.
I was just going to say, Dean Parata's had such a solid start to the game. He gets this penalty purely because of the amount of support he gets around himself. He organises plays. Look at the players around him. Just makes Harvey Livette slightly lazy with his contact. And it's a penalty here for London. And Meadows has the decision to make. Do they take the 2, or do they try and just amplify the pressure on this Huddersfield Giants defence? He goes for the latter.
Concerns at the moment for the Huddersfield coach, Ian Watson. London Broncos find themselves in excellent position again here. This is Stock. At dummy half, it's Davis. Parata again, no look pass to that left-hand side, and Kennedy. Kennedy down, Leyland in at dummy half, it's untidy, and the referee's going to give it Huddersfield's way. I don't think he's played the ball correctly.
Referee's clamping down on any sort of messiness in the ruck. And London with a great opportunity to score more points here against the Huddersfield Giants. Well, it's a mistake. And just hands over possession to Huddersfield. They'll really breathe a sigh of relief.
Clune moving into dummy half. Nagama looking to spring the trap, get himself away from the wrong end of the field from his side's perspective. Deacon back in at dummy half, and now it's Swift, and Swift with an energetic and muscular carry as well. Deacon once more. He's got a few numbers down that left-hand side as well. One of those is Livette, and Livette almost threading through. But a couple of plays left in this set. Huddersfield just about inside that London half. Kudjoe puts it back to Clune, and this is taken on by Murchie. One play is left. Deacon back to Clune, and Clune puts it up in the air. Walker's underneath it. There's plenty of challenge, but again, that's a super take by Walker, who looked as though he might have hurt himself as he went down. He's okay.
It's a stunning take. Taking these kicks, the high ball is all about timing. He just times that jump better than any of the Huddersfield chasers. It's 2 great takes from young Alex Walker. Fantastic start for him in this game. That's the first mistake London have made down the other end. Before that, they're at 100% completion, meaning they've made no errors in their sets of 6. I'm sure Mike Eccles will be keen for that to continue.
Well, again, it's an energetic carry towards the halfway line. Davis back inside for Meadows. Meadows dummying again that inside ball. Walker was up there as a foil, but Huddersfield's defence is not buying it. So they find themselves on the last again, and Leyland with a kick away. Kudjoe almost getting to him. But Leyland kicks away. And that is where Huddersfield have to start, in the hands of Halsall.
Yeah, Huddersfield looking tired here. Their players now just struggling to get back behind the ball. You know, worrying signs for Ian Watson. 18 minutes in, London have had majority of possession, but this man can change momentum. Ethan Masters. When him and Adam Swift combine and carry the ball, Huddersfield just look a way more threatening team.
Well, here to Swift, who's playing well in, isn't he? Adam Swift here. He's got Bibby on his outside and almost doing the damage himself there. Swift, another set of 6 again here from Huddersfield's point of view, and Cudjoe will set the platform with the initial drive. So 5 plays to go. Deacon in at dummy half. Lolohea has come round this large side, if you like. Taken on again by Wilson, who's still pushing hard. Deacon quickly up there. Deacon picks up. He's got Yates on the inside. Yates with a drive. And we know all about his robustness down the middle, but so do London. They've made the stop, and here comes another of the tough fellas, Wilson. But again, London's defence is holding strong. But Deacon, back to Clune. Clune now will try and trick his way over. Just about held up by Bassett.
Such a good tackle from Bassett.
Oh, the ball's come free, and it's a penalty. Ball steal. Penalty for the Giants.
Just a huge try-saving tackle for a team that have conceded on average 44 points. Well, you need desperation, and it's such desperation from Bassett. Last-ditch tackle, huge effort from him on Clune. Just stole the ball and gives Huddersfield a full set of 6 now, camped on the Broncos line.
Wilson takes it within range. Deacon's here at dummy half. Looks to the right-hand side, and Clune with a big pass back to the middle, and Lolohea. Lolohea hands on again to Masters. Masters looking for a route through, just has his ankles held on to momentarily by Stock, but he's managed to extricate himself there, has Masters, and rolls ever closer. This is Levette. Now it's Lolohea. Yates goes behind him to Cudjoe. Cudjoe running into a firm challenge, but managing to bounce out again, and Stock's there again. He was there for the first time, he's there for the second. But they've still got loads of tackles to go here, Huddersfield. Yates to Lolohea. Lolohea to Levette. Levette tearing himself through. The Broncos' defence just about hanging on, and Deacon sprints into that position again. Lolohea now. Short pass to Cudjoe. Cudjoe with the offload. Interceptor. I think it's Stock again, isn't it? he looks out on his feet, but my goodness, 2 tackles and an intercept.
Yeah, he's trying not to get involved, is Marcus Stock, but it seems to be inevitable. It's the 3rd intercept for London Broncos, and it's just that aggressiveness in defence, being upstream of the defenders around you and Stock coming up with the ball, and you just felt like Huddersfield, they were going to break this London team down. Well, not this time.
And here's Walker searching, and has he found a high tackle? No, he's not. He's not interested in any penalty claims. And new onto the field is Rob Butler from Rochester in Kent. I'm going to mention everybody's geographical locations, but
be fun.
It is. Back inside to Masters, and Masters it's a very straight and tightly squeezed London line that he tries to burst.
Yeah, I think for Huddersfield, I think getting behind the ball quicker is going to be really important, and it just allows you to offer some shape and some threat. There's another way of doing it, and that's through Swift and Masters, who repeatedly look like the most dangerous players on the field for Huddersfield, but I'd love to see them throw a bit of shape at London when they're coming out of their half.
Greenwood and Ika Hehifo both on for the Giants as well, so 2 fresh pair of legs in the middle of the park for the Huddersfield Giants. Here's Murchie, picked up by Deacon, back to Clune, back behind to Lolohea, and Lolohea with the chip and the chase. Bibby's after that at some pace. Oh my goodness, Walker's missed it and has set it up on a plate for Bibby to score. First game of the season, first try of the season, but it comes on the back of a Broncos mistake.
Alex Walker's done ever so well at the start of this game. He's pouched a couple of kicks, made some really great reads, defensively got his numbers right. Actually, in this situation for the Jake Bibby try, he's in an unbelievable position, Dave. He reads Tui Lolohea's kick. It's a great kick from Ian Watson's Lola Haya to find some space, but if you watch Walker in back play, he's tracking this. He knows where that kick's going. He's got himself in an amazing spot. He just loses his footing at the crucial moment, and Bibby keeps that chase alive and gets the try. It's devastating for Alex Walker and the London Broncos. Just a slip, and Bibby with the finish. And that's come against the run of play. As I said, those two men in the screen, so dangerous with the ball. Maybe not the way that JP is expecting to score a try, but it's 4 points nonetheless.
Well, if Alex Walker had that moment back again, I think there are 101 different things he would have done with that. And maybe he had 101 different things in his mind when it was happening.
Well, I think he got himself in that good a position. Sometimes in a sport like rugby league, you can give yourself too much time to think, too much time in your conscious thoughts. Alex Walker maybe just deliberating on what he should do, and that got him in all sorts of trouble.
Another inch chase for London, by the way. Williams has come on. Marcus Stock, who he said it looked as though he'd run himself to the ground with his hard labours in the opening minutes, is the man who's gone off. And here Harvey Levette with the chance to add a couple to the 4 that's just been scored, but right from the ball, the moment the ball left his boot, that was going wide. So London retain the lead here, but only by 2 now, 6 points to 4.
Yeah, it's a wonderful kick from Lola Haya, who's maybe come up with a few wrong plays. Well, that's the right play. Walker, as we see, great position. He just loses his foot in, and Bibby with the presence of mind to finish. It's maybe not, as I said, how Huddersfield would have expected scoring tries, but great vision from Lola Haya, and great finish there from Bibby.
Well, you wonder how much that will damage London's psyche now, and how much it will lift the Giants out of what was just a bit of a lumbering performance ahead of that. It's Greenwood, who's just messed about with too much on the ground, and so the Giants get a penalty here.
Yeah, and that hurts you. Mike Eccles will know it's a penalty from Williams. Interference in the ruck.
Let's go, come on.
Easy penalties like this are just a gift for Huddersfield, and especially off the back of points. Dave, it's so imperative to be clean and clear and crisp with your defence off the back of points. It's disappointing there from the Broncos.
Hifo with that charging run inside the Giants' half. Here's Yates now. You know exactly what you're getting from Luke Yates, don't you? He's going to hit that line hard, and he's going to play the ball as quickly as he possibly can. Clune with a short pass. Hifo is involved again. There's just a bit more pace to Huddersfield at the moment in this set. Greenwood with a dummy, and has carried his side to within 10. So Deacon is up there, just behind his back, telling his teammates that that's the way he's going, to that central position, and almost a hat-trick of intercepts from Kershaw. But he gets a hand on that gives Huddersfield possession back again.
Well, it could have been such a different game if Lee Kershaw hadn't been defending on that right edge for London. Another decision to come in and try and shut the play down. Such a crucial touch, because if Masters gets that cleanly to Adam Swift, well, we know Adam Swift's ability to finish. But a great read from Kershaw, who's had some big moments defensively for the London team.
Another of those, you know, 2 or 3 months ago, you just wondered whether he had a future in Super League, Lee Kershaw, but my goodness, he's making a good job of it with the London Broncos. There's another penalty here for Huddersfield. So the pressure is mounting on the home side's goal line. Deacon's got all the time in the world to tap and give it to Hikahifu, who goes rumbling forward again. Just kept at bay. Deacon out to Clune. London's defence half advancing, but enough done. Williams grabbing a hold and teammates coming in to help out. Up gets Clune. Deacon out a dummy half again. This is Greenwood with a dummy. He fancies a bit of the glory, but running into trouble. Directly ahead of him was Davis. Now Deacon looking for a debut try. What a moment that would have been, but he is going to be held up. And they go back 10 and start again.
It's been tidy defence from the Broncos in the main. They've managed to hold out all of the shape that Huddersfield has thrown at them.
Lola Haya back and the inside, and Ethan Masters will find a way through. An angle sought, an angle found, and Huddersfield now, for the first time today, have the lead.
Yeah, without doubt, Huddersfield's best player over the last few weeks, Ethan Masters, just a threat with the ball. I just spoke about how well London had dealt with almost everything that Huddersfield had thrown at them, but they couldn't deal with this. and they couldn't deal with Eason Masters and his quality on the ball and his strength and his power, but more so his rugby league intelligence. That's a set play that's worked on to expose a space in the inside of the defensive line, and wow, did they expose the London defenders on the inside of the line. Masters, too big, too strong, too good. London Broncos players not good enough there to stop the impressive Eason Masters.
So that will settle a few Huddersfield nerves, but it will be frustrating from London's point of view. Coach and assistant looking on and just thinking about the good times that were happening a few minutes ago, but now 2 tries in 4 minutes has put them behind.
Look, you concede a try, and it's a mistake from Alex Walker. You know, the first try is on his shoulders. Ian Watson and Lola Hay will be hatching a plan to get more points on the board. Here, it was a great kick from him for the first try, and since then, London have just disintegrated, haven't they? Penalty, error, gifting Huddersfield possession, and Huddersfield have got too many good players. Eason Masters, wow, what a player he is. He's really had a fantastic performance here, but more so his form in 2024 has been outstanding for the Huddersfield Giants.
Here's Levette chipping, and oh, he's hit the post this time. Well, he's certainly getting closer, but it's 0 out of 2 now. 6 points for London, 8 for the Huddersfield Giants, and we have seen missing kicks like that can be costly in games like this.
Yeah, but it's 4 points for a try. We see Masters again. It's just a really cute play. You're just preying on that first defender in the defensive line, the A defender being really aggressive and just going to get the ball player, and that opens up all the space on the inside for Masters. Really smart.
So here comes Leyland with the restart. Oh, and it's still bouncing awkwardly. Lola Hay brings it in eventually, and Ikahifa is not going to get out of there. Well, just the restart that Huddersfield would have been dreading. When the ball bounces your way, you deal with it, and it was a London defence that actually dealt with it and have forced this. And a great opportunity now for the Broncos to get the ball back again.
Yeah, there's just an acceleration in that kick chase, wasn't there? Harvey Macon makes a really strong contact on Ikahifa, who's just a really strong fella. To actually make such a big contact and keep him in the in goal is massive. But London now with a chance with the ball. This is where they look good, isn't it, with the ball?
Here's a drive by Butler. Rob Butler. Defenders on him almost the moment he got the ball, but he's still pinched a yard or 2. And now it's with Meadows, looking for those coming back on the inside. Story down. Up to dummy half goes Reece Butterworth, who's on the field from the interchange bench. He's on loan from Hull Kingston Rovers. They're looking left, and now they have it with Makani, and Ilias Makani squeezes the kick back on the inside. It's a scramble. Has he got it down? No. Well, in fact, the referee's not sure. No try on the field.
Just make sure I don't make the line, please.
But was Jacob Jones able to get over? Let's hear from the video ref.
So it's tackle 4. We've got no try because he's not got the ball to the ground. We're just confirming he doesn't get there. So they are onside from the kick. So now we'll need a close-up to see whether the ball gets to the line. So the ball has gone backwards. Has he gained possession? Yes, he has gained possession. So now we're seeing whether he gets the ball to the line. So there's nobody on him at this point, so he's allowed to keep going. The ball carrying arm is up. So we've got an on-field call of no try. Let's see if this ball hits that line. It appears to be short there. There is white, there is green between the ball and the line, and the arm stays on the ball. Let's see it from any other angle to see whether it makes it to the line. So it appears to be short there. Still, it's definitely short there. We'll see if any other angle helps us out here. Okay, due to the live call, I have a decision. Thank you.
Well, Jacob Jones, within a couple of blades of grass of scoring London's second try of the day, but I think this is going to be ruled out from what we've heard. Let's have a look at the big screen, and it is no try. So disappointing from the home side's point of view, but they keep possession here. And they've still got another opportunity to have a go. Butterworth spinning it towards the middle. Leyland to Parata. Meadows trying to bring them on. Huddersfield's defence having to work one more time. One play to go. Picked up by Butterworth. Meadows again. It takes a deflection. It's Walker who has it, and it's not been played at, so Huddersfield survive that and get the ball back.
Yeah, it's unlucky from Meadows. Some real encouraging signs here for London, just moving the ball and toying with Sam Halsall, the right winger. Look how aggressive Halsall is. That creates some space. This is a big moment, though. What a tackle, what a play from Nkwama, just to get back in on that. Excellent stuff from both sides.
Go to Isan, let him go.
Deacon.
Play on, he's put in there.
Out of dummy half.
3, move.
Working their way
Hold.
back to where they want to go.
3, play on. 3.
Plenty of rugby league action, of course, on Sky Sports over the next few weeks. NRL and Super League as well. And to remind you, we tell you this every week, but every single game on Super League. Oh, it's almost an interception, and they try to keep it alive, and Butterworth eventually will get it back. But to finish that thought, every single game in Super League, of course, the Betfred Super League, live on Sky Sports this year, and nowhere else can you find that service.
And it was nearly for Nkwama. Just so nearly from Nkwama. It was almost beautiful. Couldn't quite find the pass. But looking more threatening now, Huddersfield. Clune getting the ball into the right player's hands. Nkwama, an exceptional career over at St Helens, went back to Australia, then came back to Huddersfield Giants. Nearly came up with a magic play.
Nice and tight.
6-8 the scoreline. Would that have surprised you before kick-off, John? This scoreline at this stage?
Without doubt, London, have conceded maybe 25% of their points in the first 10 minutes, and I just had a sense if Huddersfield starts strong, you could see a capitulation from London, and it's been far from the case. In many ways, London have competed, if not had the better of the Giants in many facets of the game.
Butterworth looking left, Parata. Here's Leyland, and now they look wide again through Bassett.
3, move, Isan.
Ilias Makani. Leyland again back to Parata. It's a familiar path in the middle of the field between those two. Butterworth. Leyland again, and this time it's Jacob Jones, who came so close just a few moments ago. But they've one play to go here, the Broncos. There's such this blind side, and Bassett trying to spin away. He's kept it alive. Makani has to desperately get that pass out. Leyland's running into trouble here, but onto Walker. Walker now looking and waiting until Meadows is back onside to get that pass out. And Meadows now chipping towards that wing of Kershaw, but it's far too meaty and beefy for anyone to chase that with any real purpose. And it'll be Huddersfield who get it back.
Are you hungry, Dave? Meaty and beefy.
Oh, starving, John. Starving.
It's Sunday. Well, it's a great kick from Meadows. I actually like that play. It just gives them a chance, doesn't it? If that ball kicks up, it checks up. Meadows and the London Broncos are a chance of scoring some points.
And there's Greenwood going far before he's put down.
Hold. Go on, play on. Be careful, Reece.
Ashton Golding on the field now
Move, Dean, back.
in that dummy half position.
Hold.
Thomas Deacon, for the time being, has gone to the interchange bench. So from one of the youngest players on the field to one of much experience in terms of Ashton Golding, but not necessarily in that position down his career, of course. It's a position he's come to belatedly this season. Golding again. Back it comes to the boot of Lolohea. Kershaw's on the chase. I was hoping it was going to go out of play. Some work to do here, and Bibby and Swift together have made sure that this ends in the best possible way for their team.
Well, there's been a telling contribution from Tuila Lolohea with his boot more so than anything else. This is a gorgeous kick. It's perfectly judged. The weight of it's exquisite. And look at the chase from Swift and co. Kershaw left with no real alternative than to just try and duck out of his in-goal. Two magical kicks from Tuila Lolohea, and Ian Watson will know that that's what his side needs to build some pressure and spend some time down this end. We see Kershaw's picked up a little bit of a knock trying to get out of his in-goal. Certainly no foul play. He's looking uncomfortable though.
Yeah, so the game hold up momentarily while he received some treatment here. Lee Kershaw, released by Wakefield at the end of last year, wasn't he? He's training with Leeds in the off-season to try and get a contract somewhere, and then London became aware of his availability, and well, I don't think anybody's regretted that decision on either side, have they?
There's just too much weight in the tackle. Almost Studs got caught in the ground, put him in an awkward position. It's good to see him up. He's on the end of that defensive line. It's a short one from London.
Kudjoe takes it, and the gamble doesn't pay off, because now Huddersfield in prime position to have a real go in the next 5 tackles at this London line. Carried in by Greenwood in the first instance. Kudjoe at dummy half. Ika Hahifo standing just to his left, but it's right instead to Clune, and now it's back to Kudjoe, and here's Lolohea. They're moving at pace, and Lolohea trying to make a bit of space, and Swift will score in the corner and continues this quite exceptional try-scoring run he's on at the moment. If it's given, if it is given, it'll be his 9th try of the season. But here comes the video ref.
Yeah, try.
The live call is of a try. We've got tackle 2, and the live call is a try. We're checking for touch and grounding here. So Lolohea passes the ball. So now we're checking whether or not he is in touch or not. So here, this will help. So he's in the field of play, in the field of play, in the field of play. He then jumps. So he's always in the field of play, and the ball is down. Thank you, I have a decision.
Well, 19 tries in his last 18 Super League games now for Adam Swift. As we said, 9 already this season. Filled his boots last week with 4 against Hull. He's unstoppable at the moment, absolutely unstoppable.
Well, it's his work that he does in the backfield, carrying the ball with so much power and so much gusto, but it's his finishing ability as well. What a finish from Swift, and it came from this unattempted short kick out from London. Couldn't come up with the ball. That was off the back of Lolehea's great repeat set, great kick. Swift, subtle movement. Lolehea's been magic, Dave, just in the last 5 minutes. And this is some finish from Adam Swift.
And there might be London Broncos fans in line of that pass who might suggest it might have been forward, but of course the video referee cannot judge on that. And the referee was happy.
Yeah, it was just tidy from Lolohea. He's drawn Kershaw and Co out of the line. They've consistently come out of the line, haven't they? They've had 3 intercepts over on that side of the field. So Lolohea has known that. He's stored that in the memory banks. He's drawn them all up. And a lovely soft pass behind all of those aggressive defenders to Swift. It still takes some finishing. Fabulous finish from Adam Swift.
There's a level of comfort to be earned if Harvey Levett can kick this over, because it'll be a 2-score lead if he's successful. But again, from that left-hand side, he's not really been close, has he, so far? 0 out of 3, but 12 points to 6, Huddersfield lead.
Been close to the corner flag twice there. Lovely soft pass. What a finish. Adam Swift, you know, I think he's been an exquisite signing for Huddersfield Giants, and not for that stuff. It's for his all-round game. He brings so much to the team.
22 tries in 26 games for Hull last year. Big signing for Huddersfield this year. And paying back what they've invested in him in terms of tries scored so far. Hifo is eventually having to play the ball. Golding out of dummy half. Lolohea.
Wait there. Go 3.
This is Yates again.
4. Move.
Now Golding.
Go 4. Reese, extra yard.
Masters was waiting on the right-hand side, but it goes to Lolohea out on that left, who dances back towards the middle again, and Greenwood well met the moment he got the ball. Williams there to deliver in terms of defence, and Williams trying to get after Clune as well, but Clune gets that kick away, and he's in the in-goal area there, Walker, when he catches that, so that's a bonus for London.
It's so smart from Walker, an awareness of where his feet were in relation to the try line. He was patient with the catch, just allowing himself to get into the in-goal It's wonderful from Walker. He obviously came up with a mistake. Excellent there. That's really smart from the young fullback.
Butterworth at dummy half. To size them up and get them going forward again. Story. Butterworth again. Tell you what, Kershaw is limping heavily at the moment towards that right wing. You see him there at the top of your picture as he hobbles back into position, his right leg heavily strapped. This is Leyland. Yates. Leyland would have felt that. There's Butterworth again. Peralta gets it away to Meadows. Things are opening up. The pass is attempted. It's not gone backwards. It was knocked on. Not quite gathered in by Lovell.
He's just got tackled without the ball. Huddersfield play tackles. I think it's Williams without the ball. There should be a penalty to London Broncos. Meadows clearly in space, finds an offload. Bibby clearly infringes.
Lovell.
It was Lovell, wasn't it? And it was really tidy from Meadows. Desperately unlucky there. Maybe a poor call from the referee. Bibby certainly interfering with Lovell. It's just a bit of luck.
6-12 the score. Can they actually pack down before the hooter sounds? Yes, they can. 14 seconds to go. This is Masters, whose footwork has been a privilege to watch here at times today, but the hands from Nagama are not as good as they should have been, and it's taken on again by Ollie Leyland.
A great half from London Broncos. They'll be delighted, won't they? They're only 6 points down here at half-time. 3 missed conversions. How important could they be, Dave? Solid half from the London Broncos.
Yep, the hooter sounds. It has been a solid half, and in times a spectacular half. Adam Swift's try just before the break, easing Huddersfield to that 12-6 lead at half-time. But London, no doubt, will be greatly uplifted by that first half performance. It's all to play for in the second half, and analysis to come.
Welcome to a new season, folks. The home of rugby league is right here.
Yeah, buckle up. Look at the emotion.
An absolute flying machine.
Nice work there on duty.
That is an extraordinary moment.
Did miraculously well to get it through.
He jumped like a rainbow and came up with a pot of gold.
So some absolutely fabulous NRL action coming again this next week. Melbourne against Brisbane's kicking it all off 10 a.m. Sky Sports Arena next Thursday. On Saturday, the Sea Eagles against the Panthers in Manly at 7:30 a.m. on Sports Arena. Sunday, Canberra Raiders against the Parramatta Eels, 9:15 p.m. on Sky Sports Arena. And it's going to be lovely stuff to watch as well. Reminder that we've got a great game here at the moment, maybe closer than a lot would have expected at half-time. London Broncos 6, Huddersfield Giants 12 is the half-time score. And lots to enjoy in that first half as well, John Wilkin.
Yeah, it was such a strong, spirited display from London in the opening exchanges. You know, Kershaw coming up with huge plays defensively. The intercepts that then gave Leyland the opportunity to kick early. What a beautiful kick here. And chase. And it's the attention from Nagama which draws the penalty try. And at this stage, London were just looking so strong and so in control. Leyland soft kick. Nagama's attention here. And it's a penalty try for London. What a start for Mike Eccles and young Ollie Leyland. But it was Alex Walker's error that was so costly for the Jake Bibby try. As we said in comms, in a great position is young Walker. He just loses his footing and Bibby finishes. And it's off the back of this kick from Tuilola Hea, who's had such an influential 3 or 4 contributions. Walker won't like to see this. Jake Bibby will be delighted to see it over and over again. And this was where Huddersfield just looked so strong. This man, Masters, wow, what a ball carrier. For me, the most dangerous player on the field. set play, Masters too strong. Huddersfield really in charge now at this point. That's only 8-6, 2 missed conversions at this stage. It was a short drop out from London, didn't get the ball back, and this led to a position where Clune and co for Huddersfield could manipulate the London defence, and once it gets into Swift's hands, through the magic of Tolahea, this is some finish from the follically challenged Adam Swift. Amazing in the corner there. But again, this is just 4 points, because what's really important off the back of it, it was another missed conversion from Harvey Levett. Well, interesting half for Rugby Dave Woods.
And those stats summing up those that half-time as well. The scoreline at the moment is... those are the missed kicks as well, isn't it? We'll come to the stats in a second, but these are really important.
How important is kicking in the modern game? I just don't think we take it seriously. There's 3 opportunities to be 6 points further ahead. Harvey Levett has missed all 3. We've seen it a number of times. We've seen on Good Friday, Jez Litton miss a few for Hull. A team are going to get caught out soon.
Well, these are the stats as advertised. London 6, Huddersfield 12. Possession very, very close. Completed sets, London edging that one as well. Meters edged by Huddersfield. Penalties 4 apiece, and errors quite well matched as well, as is the scoreline. So London will be hoping that they can get their first win of this campaign. They're reasonably well set at half-time, and a decent first half as well from them will give them heart. Can they produce more of this in the second half? We'll see very soon. It is Rugby League Reloaded for 2024.
Big hit goes in there.
This is getting fiery now. Making it all look magic. This is more than just a game. He's prolific this year.
What a challenge that was. Sensational try.
They go for glory and they win the game. It has been marvellous and memorable. Well, it only seems like 5 minutes since the opening weekend of the Betfred Super League, but we're very nearly a third of the way through the season. We'll edge towards that point next week. Lee against Wigan Thursday night, 7:30 the Battle of the Borough. Friday, Cass against Salford and Hull Kingston Rovers against London, and also Leeds against Warrington on Friday night. So there's plenty of games to make the mouth water. Take your choice on Friday, and Saturday a double header. Sky Sports action for Hull FC against Huddersfield, and then 8 o'clock for Catalan against St Helens on Sky Sports action as well. We're no closer to knowing who's going to be in a grand final next year. We're getting 1 or 2 clues, and we're watching a very good game here, John, as that scoreline tells you. It's tighter than perhaps a lot would have expected here today.
Yeah, and how big might that try be on 36 minutes from Adam Swift? Incredible contribution from him in the first half. Not only the way he carries the ball, he ran for 100 metres on his own individually in that first half. Ian Watson will want more from his team though, Dev.
Second half underway, and it is the man that John was talking about, Adam Swift, who gets an early touch of the ball here to try and bring it out. What are the messages at half-time, John? I know it's a cliche to say this, but what is each coach, what is the key message from each coach, would you suspect?
Well, I think for Huddersfield, don't get flustered by the London edge defences being aggressive. They've come up with 2 or 3 intercepts, and it's really hampered the ability for Huddersfield to get a foothold in the game. I think he'd ask for more patience from his team and just to be more clinical when they get the opportunities. For me, Mike Eccles, London need to score first. London, without doubt, need to open the scoring in this second half to stand a chance.
Here's Masters trying to size up the opposition and dance her way through, but they sized him up and put him down on his backside. It's Golding who picks up from dummy half, and there's a little dabble as well. He's got all the scheming nature of a dummy half there as Ash Golding, but the Broncos back in possession in the shape of Alex Walker, the fullback. And they're starting from deep, and there's a good 5 or 6 players who are not behind the play the ball for that first play. And they're just taking their time to get behind the play the ball here. Is this simply a question of conversion of energy, or is that pointing to something a little more worrying from London's point of view in terms of fatigue?
Yeah, no, I just think just maybe trying to preserve energy. What defensive effort from Murchie and Greenwood, just continuing leg drive, pushing McCartney backwards to only 1 metre out from his try line. Just a really tidy defensive effort there from Huddersfield.
Do you get yards knocked off for that when they add up the stats, the metres stats? Does McCartney get metres knocked off for that?
A minus 18 carry.
He's on the 6 now. London are having to kick from very, very deep. So Huddersfield will certainly be heartened by their start to this second half. And here comes Masters out towards Nagama, searching back towards the centre of the field.
Stand up!
And it's Huddersfield's turn to take their time to get behind the play the ball. But they're up and just beyond that halfway line. Golding, Ikahehifo will just put that big shoulder into the chests of those oncoming London defenders and grab himself some extra yards. It's back with Greenwood, and Lolohea pops it inside for Levert with this swivel of the hips and the step as well off the left foot. They're doing a little bit of damage here, the Giants, in the early stages. Can they complete the job in this set? It's Bibby who's pushing hard. Last play. In to dummy half again goes Golding. Spins it away to Lolohea. Lolohea changes direction. Levert was waiting, hits Levert, goes to ground. Referee has a look at his touch just to confirm that that was a knock-on. It was, and London survived.
Yeah, and Ian Watson will be demanding of his team for big defensive efforts just like this one. A collective effort from 2 or 3 defenders, and these are the sorts of efforts that we saw on Good Friday from Wigan and Saints. Huge defensive plays collectively, and that's maybe the difference between St Helens, Wigan right now and the rest in our competition.
Well, it is still a big defensive effort that's coming on from Huddersfield. They're front-loading. Oh, and that's not a great play the ball from McCartney, and it's not been a great start to the second half from Ilias McCartney either, is it? Because caught and pushed back on his first carry, and then just a loose play the ball has just gifted the possession back to Huddersfield.
Just frantically trying to get some play the ball speed, and what he did is he sacrificed the cleanliness of that ruck, and as we said, the referee's clamping down on that. Well, this mistake from McCartney just gifts Huddersfield Giants some field position, and expect to see Clune and Lolohea all over this set.
Here's Golding. Huddersfield looking to absolutely stamp their authority on this game right here and right now, but Clune's dragged down. Golding anxiously looking left and right. Back it comes to Lolohea, inside for Greenwood. Nagama's come wandering in, looking for a taste of the action, but he's not going to get an offload from Greenwood. Instead, that play will end with that tackle. It's now with Clune. Clune with a dummy and brushing through and bounces over. And it is a heartbreaking try from London Broncos' point of view, but it is a real spirit lifter for the Giants. They edge themselves further ahead, and now they can smile.
And these are the positions in training through the week that you practice, and Adam Clune, who organises and orchestrates all of the attacking shapes for Huddersfield Giants, would have been licking his lips when McCartney gifted Huddersfield Giants possession with only 10-15 metres to their try line. I said Clune and Lolohea's fingerprints would be all over that set of 6. Ian Watson knows his key decision makers will get on the ball. Clune does, Clune shows, Clune goes, Clune scores. Fantastic from Adam Clune. Disappointing start here for the Broncos, Dave Woods. Sorry to use your full name.
That's okay. Tui Lolohea is taking over the kicking duties, by the way. Harvey Levert having missed 2 and hit the post with a 3rd, so that counts as a miss as well. So Tui Lolohea taking over. Grand final, of course, in 2019 with Salford, and a Challenge Cup final in 2020. And since his arrival at Huddersfield, hasn't quite climbed those heights, but hoping that he can do this season, no doubt. He's kicked it well enough for the flags to go up for the first time today. And Huddersfield extend that lead to 18 points to 6. John Wilkie.
Yeah, big moments, and Ian Watson knows he was gifted possession by the mistake in the ruck from McCartney, and you just can't give Adam Clune and Tui Lolohea time on the ball. That's what happened, and Clune was too clinical once he got that opportunity near to that London Broncos line.
The restart will find Swift back in possession. This is the start of a run of 5 away games for the Huddersfield Giants. They had that big win last week against Hull in the Cup. Well, they've got this one here today. It's as far as they travel without crossing the Channel, of course, this trip to London. But then Hull away, and then they do cross the Channel in the Challenge Cup at Catalan the week after that, Leeds away, and then St Helens away. So there's 4 huge games making up their April fixture list, and they had to get off to a winning start here today with that formidable format looking ahead for them.
Yeah, it's imperative that they get the win here. I know in Watson we've been under illusions that they're expected to win, huge favourites to win this game, like you said, 40-1 to win here today, but the London Broncos have really put up a fight thus far, and 47 minutes in, they're still in this game, but you feel like it could just be leaking away from them.
Here's Meadows at dummy half in a familiar position again that London find themselves in, having to fight their way out from the back. They've not had any position so far in this second half, and they are really scrapping to get themselves back into contention again. There's McCartney,
Pull back!
who's what, about 25 metres out. Butterworth looking to that right-hand side. Decent carry. Meadows organising things behind the play, and Butterworth out of dummy half, advancing towards the halfway line.
Yeah, just a word on Dean Parata, that's 18 carries. Also, just his contribution in organising shape, a big performance from him so far.
That's a good kick from Meadows, because that ball is spinning on his axis. That was a very difficult take for Hull, but he's done well and brings it back.
Right, it's a huge kick. Great take from Halsall, and he's won the penalty off the London Broncos chase. It's such a great take, takes it low, does well to keep hold of it, and then he's just tipped above the horizontal. Butterworth in the challenge there, just lifts him into an awkward position, and too many mistakes and penalties here in the opening 8 minutes of this second half for Mike Eccles.
They've only scored 1 try so far, Huddersfield, in this second half, but my word, they are dominating this situation just at the moment. Happier coach, I'm sure, at the start of this second period than he was for a huge chunk of that first half. Ika Hehifo, eventually put down, and here comes Golding out of dummy half again. Clune helps it on its way to the formidable figure of Luke Yates. Back towards Ika Hehifo, who's dragging his side closer again. There's just an air of threat here from Huddersfield Giants, who are working their way back to where they want to be. Clune with the dummy, but London's defence working hard at the moment. Golding into dummy half again. Lollahare's gone down that short side with a testing kick towards the in-goal area, and Bassett just about deals with that, but concedes that dropout.
It's another telling kick from Lollahare. 3 or 4 magical kicks from him have just changed the momentum of the game. Another one, just that soft right foot from Lollahare. Bassett does well to usher the ball out, but influential again from this man, Tui Lollahare. Everything that he's done well here was revolved around his kicking game. Okay, a great pass for the Adam Swift try, but the kicking game, influential.
Well, again, they've gone short, and in fact too short, miles too short. That was a dreadful... I mean, we've sung his praises, haven't we, Ollie Leyland, but I think he will look back at that as being a terrible moment in this game for him.
Yeah, it's a shocker. Absolute shocker. You talk about short, it's gone 2 metres. He'd do well to be able to recreate that kick. It's the first poor moment, really, from Ollie Leyland. He scored a try, won a penalty try for his team. A 40-20. Looked like a thorn in the Huddersfield side throughout that first half. But poor from him, and it's just gifted Tui Lollahare an opportunity to pop 2 points and make this 20 points to 6.
And news down from the touchline as well that Huddersfield have just made another change. Oliver Wilson is back on the field, and Sebik Ahifo has gone off, and Lollahare, who's enjoying goal kicking in this second half. That's his second one, and he keeps his 100% record, and that is a significant scoreline now. Huddersfield 20, London 6. And it gives Huddersfield a platform to kick on from here, because London now know they have to score 3 times if they're going to get back and win this game.
Yeah, and we spoke before the game, average of 10 points a game scored for the London Broncos. Look, they're going to really struggle to strangle, get this game back off the Huddersfield Giants, who've just taken control, haven't they, in every asset of the game. We saw them being strong defensively. The momentum swing for me was the three-man challenge on McCartney. You can change momentum with how you carry the ball, how you kick the ball, but sometimes it comes through your defence, and I'm sure Ian Watson will be delighted with the defensive effort so far in this second half from his troops.
Here comes Swift again, bringing it back. Yeah, 26 points they've scored at home before today, London Broncos. But 22 of those, improbably, were against Wigan in a match they lost by 60 points to 22. But there was a point in the second half of that game where Wigan actually elected to kick for goal with a penalty because, just like Huddersfield here, it wasn't as comfortable as they would have hoped it would have been. So London's task is to get a few more points here. But at the moment, they just keep being put on the back foot by their own mistakes and by Huddersfield's approach.
Yeah, 7th penalty for London Broncos, only 3 conceded for the Huddersfield Giants. And it's those penalties that cost you, and cost your energy. They just steal energy from your defending. So difficult in this game.
Here's Yates. And into dummy half again moves Golding. To his right is Clune. This is Clune now, who lobs one over the top. Murchie cuts back on the inside. Leyland grabs a hold and again manages to complete the tackle with a little help. But Huddersfield are perilously close once more. Greenwood fancies a go. Just tucks the ball into his chest and hammers it in, but stopped. And now Lolohea, who puts one over the top, but it's a little too ambitious from Lolohea, even with Adam Swift on the outside.
Yeah, ambitious, adventurous, and just badly timed and judged, wasn't it, from Lolohea? He knows Adam Swift's a fantastic finisher, but Kershaw, for me, the right winger for the London Broncos, has had a lovely defensive day, come up with some nice reads, well, defending a couple of players there. Even if that ball had have gone to Adam Swift's hands, he had it dealt with.
There's Bassett smashed as he tries to bring it clear, and carried forward by Kennedy. Meters are at a premium now for the team in black. They need to get out of here. They need to get a bit of pressure on their opponents in the second half, because at the moment they're being strangled out of it. Behind on the score sheet, Kennedy taking it to within sight of that halfway line. Back it comes into the hands of Lovell, who's down. I think that Harvey Macon has just come on the field for the London Broncos, who's a young player on loan from Wigan. It's a kick towards the corner by Meadows, collected safely enough by Masters, and there is Macon, who's getting involved in that tackle. It's not a debut for him today at the Broncos. He actually came here and had a game on loan against Batley last season, but he has been playing at Barrow of late, 4 or 5 games for them. Started their season in the Championship and the Cup, but finds himself back at Super League level again now, playing for the London Broncos. But it's Huddersfield back in possession again, just finding a way to come forward. Out of the line comes Kennedy to try and cut things down as quickly as possible. Here is Golding. Yates to his right, into his stride and pushing them off and having a go, just left Kennedy on his back. 1 play to go. Back it comes to Lolohea. Harvey Rushton's on the field for Huddersfield as well. The kick is taken well by Kershaw, and that is where London will start from in this set of 6.
It's a really direct set from Huddersfield Giants. Some real intent in the carries, specifically from Luke Yates, just getting them onto the front foot. And you're visibly watching London fall into a hole in terms of their energy here. Huddersfield are masters of just controlling games in years gone by under Ian Watson. Even Salford teams, coached by Ian Watson, would manage and destroy the energy of their oppositions. Well, you're visibly seeing that happen to London here.
Meadows on to Lovell. Butterworth a dummy half, but another set that finishes inside their own half from London's point of view. That's a clever kick out of dummy half from Butterworth, but it's taken safely enough and easily enough by Masters. He's got a bit of company out there from his own team, but plenty of company from opposing defenders as well. Lolohea marches in to dummy half. Here is the man of the moment in terms of try-scoring Adam Swift. Back towards Clune. Clune now to Nagama, who's got a real spring in his step as he comes forward again.
Yeah, direct again from Huddersfield. Just a different intensity to their carries in the second half thus far.
Good now.
Golding's pass away. Wilson almost unravels himself from that list of limbs that were hanging on to him. Clune again with a dummy, the double pump, and Murchie put down, but they've travelled a distance in this set. Have Huddersfield Giants. Clune spins it away to Lollahea. They're looking to finish the set on a high, but it's intercepted by Story, and London have it back. But, well, it's the same old story, isn't it, for Robbie Story? His side starting from so deep inside their own 20 again.
Yeah, Lollahea just looking to build a bit of pressure, trying to find a short kick. Maybe been a bit too extravagant, a bit too cute with the kick selection. Nonetheless, though, we see McCartney and co having to come out from deep inside the half, and Mike Eccles knows that he's going to need something special from his team to get out of this position that they're in.
Marcus Stock is back on the field. Dean Parata having got off. There is Stock, gets up, plays the ball. Butterworth out a dummy half, trying to get them going forward again. Here's the youngster Harvey Macon,
Find me.
who's 20 metres away. It's a 1 month loan he's on initially from Wigan. Harvey Macon. There's a kick from Leyland and bounces into the hands of Masters, who decides he'll let Hulsall do the heavy duty, the heavy lifting down that right-hand side.
It's smart from Wigan with players like Harvey Macon. You can send him out on loan and recoup a lot of the cost of having young players around by utilising him as a lone player. Smart from Chris Radlinski and Matty Peake to give his young players experience either in the Championship or here at London, and just recoup some of the value of that cost.
And the depth that Wigan have as well down the middle of the field. I know they've a few missing, haven't they? Havard's still injured, Cooper's still injured, but they've still got the likes of Nsemba and Hale. Look like they're going to have big careers down the middle, and they're only young fellas. And here come Huddersfield again. Wilson just setting a bit of a platform. He's trying to hop a little closer, but now it comes. Oh, it's an interception, and that's a huge relief from London's point of view as Lovell brings it clear, and that just lifts a bit of the drama that was growing towards that London line.
Well, the disruptive influence in the first half were interceptions. As Kershaw came up with a few, Lovell has come up with one there. Not only that, there's a penalty conceded by Huddersfield. So that disruption of momentum that Huddersfield got in the first half came through interceptions. We've seen it yet again here, 18 minutes into this second half. An interception, penalty conceded, and this is an opportunity for the first time in this second half for Mike Eccles' team.
Well, let's not write them off. 14 points the difference, London 6, Huddersfield 20, but if Huddersfield find their line breached, then self-doubts might just creep in, and it might just lift London's confidence. But there's several buts in there, and they've all got to come right from London's point of view. Butterworth out of dummy half, and taken stoutly forward by Macon. 20 away. Butterworth again, dances left. Here's Leyland. Just looked at that Huddersfield defence readjusting, so decided not to go left with a pass to Bassett, because he would have been under pressure from Nagama straight away. It's back with Kennedy. There's a Huddersfield player down injured. I think it's Golding who's gone down injured, so they might go that way. In fact, they're coming to the right-hand side instead. Meadows. And he's tackled. 1 to go. Butterworth lining up again. Sizes right, goes left. The kick is poor. The chase wasn't really on anyway. I think the nearest man to it was a big prop Macon, and it was hit too hard.
Yeah, it was way too strong from Butterworth, and a steely defence from Huddersfield Giants. Butterworth just didn't get this right at all. Masters was actually in a great spot anyway. But Huddersfield Giants, Ian Watson will be delighted with the composure of his defensive line and their ability to repel London Broncos.
Was that a bit of cramp there from Ash Golding? And if so, welcome to dummy half, eh?
Yeah, it's not nice in the middle of the field. Started out life as a fullback, obviously, at Leeds Rhinos, now firmly a fixture in the middle third of the pitch.
Here's Bibby with a carry. Here's Golding back where he needs to be. And a switch back on the inside. That's good hands. And Yates now will carry it and drive and take his side. A decent distance inside the London half. It's Golding again, who spins it out to Lollahea. Lollahea trying to make something happen inside for Masters, and Masters with the footwork, but Kennedy grabs a hold. The big Australian. And now it's Golding out of dummy half with a scamper. And they're edging closer and closer again. Opportunity knocking here for the side in crimson, pink, whatever you want to call it. Lollahea, Livette, Harvey Livette, almost unpicking himself between those cluster of defenders. One play to go. Bibby inside for Lollahea. Lollahea puts it in the air. There's a challenge on here. Up it goes, down it comes. What a terrific try that is. Is that Holsall who's on the end of it? That was brilliant stuff from Sam Holsall. Up in the air. The video referee is being called in though. Try on the field given. What's the video referee saying?
It's tackle 5. We've got an on-field decision of a try. We're just checking onside, offside, into the ground. So we'll pause the ball on the foot. The ball is on the foot, and everybody to the right is onside. So we'll go into the catch. The Huddersfield player gains possession of the ball. And does he ground it cleanly? We'll see if we've got any other angles on that. So does the ball stay in his hand? So the ball is in the hand at that point, and the right hand appears to still be on it. Is there any other angles that might help us here? So we can't see whether the right hand of the player comes off the ball. So this might help us. So we know he's caught it clean. And the left hand remains on the ball. Thank you, I have a decision.
Well, they've had quite a close look at that in Wilmslow. London players are advancing. They don't think this is going to be a try. But the big screen will offer the definitive decision, and it is a try. Well, the London players having to get back into their in-goal area. They came out absolutely convinced that that was not going to be given, but on the field the soft signal said yes, and the analysis in the coolness of the studios also saying that is a try, and a good try as well from Sam Holsall.
Yeah, great take from Halsall, great finish, but it's Tui Lollahea who gets a chance to convert here. How important his contribution be? A kick for the Walker error which led to a try, a repeat set which led to the Swift try off a kick, and another kick there for the Halsall try.
So Lollahea strides forward and is successful, and a department that Huddersfield would have been disappointed with in the first half, the goal kicking, is turning right around in the second. They lead now by 26 points to 6.
Yeah, as we said, Lollahea's had magic in his boots at times and just found the right kick at the right time, and more importantly the right chaser. Halsall coming in off his wing to take that fantastic finish from him. The video referee having a couple of looks at it, but it was just a gorgeous take, a gorgeous finish from young Sam Halsall.
Well, that might just put the fires out from London's point of view, but can they find a way back in? Oh, Lollahea, well, it was bouncing so awkwardly, and very nearly gave up possession. My goodness. In the end, it was lucky for him that Wilson was there to rescue the situation. That was a terrible bounce, wasn't it?
Yeah, London are going to need more than a bouncy field here, Dave, don't you? They're going to need some luck. Going to need something to go for them.
Also carrying again, Huddersfield heading back towards the other end.
Yeah, it was a horrendous bounce. Lollahea nearly made a meal of it. Like as I said, Mike Eccles' team need all the luck they can get now.
Release him!
Here's Golding. Lollahea again. Livette just trying to unclasp himself from Rob Story's tackle, but Story hangs on. Last play, Lollahea chipping. Bibby's after it, Swift's after it, but it's the man on the other side, Lee Kershaw, who comes up with a good take under that really heavy pressure.
Yeah, just a word on Lee Kershaw. In a team that's well behind in this game, has just scrapped and fought for everything, competed so hard for his teammates, and coming up the right side of that competition there. Fantastic from Kershaw.
And a word here for McCartney as well, because Ramadan at the moment, so he is fasting, isn't he? He's not eaten since before dawn this morning, and he won't eat again till after dusk, of course. But he's still managing to put in a very decent performance in the last few weeks.
Yeah,
despite fasting.
Yeah, a number of great performances on the London team. Lots to be encouraged about. Meadows and Ollie Leyland, when they've got on the ball, they look dangerous. Lovell's been tidy, Parata's been tidy. And those two wingers, like you mentioned, McCarney and Kershaw, some really clean contributions from them.
Butterworth sling it back to Meadows, who gets the kick away. It's caught on the full from Nagama. Here's a bit of danger because Nagama's searching a way through and spins away from a couple of defenders. And what a terrific return from the veteran Fijian. And here comes Bibby out of dummy half to carry another few strides away, eating up the R's. That's tackled 2. And they're already within 30 of where they want to be. This is Golding. It's Clune, and now the pass on again for Wilson. And Wilson gathered in by London defenders. So Golding waits patiently. Back to Clune again, and here comes Yates, the solid object through the middle. London reversing. Now it comes with Wilson again, who's getting them within a foot or two. Golding looks right. Murchie's made that dummy run. Out it comes to Clune. Clune with a short pass. Energy from Nagama, but he's not going to crash over. And London Broncos just a bad hanging on.
It's another big tackle from Bassett. He's come up with a few corkers here. Just fells Nagama with a low tackle near the line. Big challenge.
Lots to come, of course, on Sky Sports. Rugby League is just non-stop. Round 7 next week. Lee against Wigan on the Thursday, and then Leeds against Warrington. 3 games on the Friday night. That Leeds-Warrington game. Also Castleford up against Salford, and you can take your pick with these. Holkingston Rovers against London on the Friday night, and then it all rounds up on the Saturday with Hull FC against Huddersfield. 2:55 kickoff there on Sky Sports Action, and then Catalan against St Helens later on that evening as well. 5 tackles gone, 1 to go. Back to Meadows. Meadows boots that ball, it screws around in the air, twisted around. Massive hit coming in from Reece Kennedy. Absolutely flattened Halsall.
Oh, it's just timing. Halsall knows it's coming. Whack! Get that into you, Reece Kennedy. Beautiful timing of a chase for an awkward kick.
2, move, pull back.
Swift's done well. Masters.
Ouch. Ouch.
Here's Masters.
3, move the ball back.
This is Golding.
3,
Huddersfield with that 20-point lead. They'd like to make it more comfortable if they can.
4, move square.
Edge up points difference as well. You never know, do you? Coming towards the end of the season, how much that might be important. Was that high? Yes, it was. Penalty for that shot on Harry Rushton. On from the interchange bench, and a penalty for Huddersfield.
Yeah, it was Kennedy who came up with a big hit on Halsall. Just sloppily letting the arm get away from him, catching Rushton high. It's nice short play from Lola Haya. As I said before, there's been a difference in intensity in Huddersfield when they've carried the ball in this second half, and London have really struggled to deal with that.
And they come left through Lola Haya. Back on the inside for Harvey Levett now. London's defence having to square up and just keep themselves honest. And Levett,
2 shot, move.
he just kept going and going there. He almost dropped over the line. Golding inside for Lola Haya. And it's with Rushton. Rushton trying to duck through, but
Move back full line.
Sam Davis, who's making his 100th career appearance today, by the way, with that tackle. Interception is almost on. Instead, it's also... What about that piece of magic from Halsall to keep that ball alive? The flick pass on the inside was incredible. Nagama with the step now. Well, that moment deserved a try, but they do have another set of 6, so the try is coming here, surely. And Masters is just short, but only just short. London's defence is almost out on its feet here. It's with Golding. Back it comes to Rushton, spun across to Clune. Here comes Lola Haya, and out to Levett. Levett just about hanging on to the ball. London, in fact, have it. He's not held onto the ball. London have it back. But what about that magical flick pass from Halsall?
Yeah, really special play. Just the awareness of his body position and where he was on the field to get this back in. It was silky, but didn't come to anything, Dave. You know, Huddersfield couldn't break that London team down. Levett getting the ball stolen.
Still 3.
London need to make a break.
Well, they're showing a spirit here, and they're showing a willingness to go at line as well, as Bassett has a turn of pace to offer, but the defence is terrific. It's Luke Yates, wasn't it?
There's players who contribute so much more than just activity within the game. It's an intent, it's an attitude and an energy what Luke Yates brings to the team. Really, a man who's played so many minutes through the middle of the field has no right to be in this position. He's every right not to chase back here. He's every right to not make that tackle. Every right not to be in the frame. But Luke Yates is. And that's why he's valued by Ian Watson. And that's why this man's valued by his teammates.
He just has an intense honesty in his approach, doesn't he, Luke Yates?
I like that, intense honesty. That describes it. Nuggety, intense and honest.
Ball in hand, ball out of hand. You just know exactly what you're going to get with him. He's an 8 out of 10 player in that position every week, isn't he?
Big efforts, big defensive efforts. We spoke about Murchie and Greenwood marching McCartney back at the start of this half. Well, that's a fantastic defensive effort again from Luke Yates.
Tom Deacon back on the field at dummy half, the youngster making his debut today. We mentioned that Steve Deacon, of course, his granddad, and there'll be people who remember his great uncle as well, Peter Deacon, who played such an important role with the Bradford Bulls back in the day. Really put some magic into Super League off the field, didn't he, Peter Deacon? Sadly no longer with us, the late great Peter Deacon. His great uncle.
Move, pull back.
But it's the young fella Thomas who's making a name for himself here. It's Lollahea. Livette's pass back on the inside. Masters always passes intercepted. That is a hat-trick of interceptions now for Lee Kershaw.
In very different situations, but all telling and all vital. Big contribution from Kershaw, but Huddersfield are getting after him here.
Kevin Nagaba was hunting that one down.
Yeah, Kershaw's just been on the spot, hasn't he? Big moments. He's come up with some. The score could be completely different had he not got on the end of 3 or 4 of those passes that he's picked up.
Go, 3 there, good, 3. 4. Move, pull back, middle, pull back.
Trying to clear their lines, and it has been the tale of the second half from the Broncos' point of view. Just cart it downfield as much as you can, and offloads like that will help from stock. And scampering on goes Davis, who lost his footing.
It was a big ankle tap, wasn't it, from Joe Greenwood? Just got there.
Meadows with a chip and a chase as well. Walker was after it too, but Lollahea gets there first, and in broken play, he's the kind of player that can make something of that. It's going to be a penalty, and it's Meadows who's spoken out of turn to the referee.
Yeah, what a big play from Greenwood. He doesn't get that ankle tap. That could be a clean breakaway for London Broncos. Look at the result though. So London don't make the break. Greenwood gets the ankle tap. Now Meadows concedes a penalty. And the difference is maybe 60 metres of territory that you've just conceded. Meadows believed he was obstructed and verbaled the referee. But look now, Huddersfield, 25 yards out.
Ominously searching for another score. You'd rather feel that they've got this game won anyway with 8 minutes to go, but they are going to be relentless here and now in a search for yet another. It's Rushton who's hauled down within sight. Deakins at dummy half, dances up. I think he might have just let the ball slip through his fingers momentarily, so he didn't get a pass away. But this is a good rugged effort, and it's a penalty for London because of that rugged effort from Wilson.
Yeah, it was Wilson just spun out of contact, ran behind one of his own players. Now, if you run behind one of your players, you must concede, you must sit down, you must make no advantage of it. Well, Wilson just doesn't read that Greenwood stood in the defensive line, shrugs one off, runs behind Greenwood. He just has to take a knee there. Naive from Wilson, who's a fantastic young player, by the way. We talk about intensity of ball carry. Well, for Huddersfield, he's been leading the way all this year in that regard.
Up to his feet gets Story. Swung back to the middle again. The Isleworth-born Meadows is involved in that. Leyland on again to Walker. And now on that left-hand side is Bassett. He's an Australian, by the way, but my goodness, his rugby league professional career has all been over here. It's back with Stock. Who's in and down. Davis at dummy half. Back to Meadows again. Sizing up what's ahead of him. Kennedy rolled to the ground by Livette's tackle. He got it. I'm laughing here at Kennedy. He got himself in a position there that looks almost inhuman, almost impossible.
Well, he tried to play it, catch it, re-catch it, all in one movement.
Put him in the circus. This is incredible.
I don't know if that is incredible, Dave. It's clumsy, and it's an error, is
There were
what it is.
limbs there, but they shouldn't have been anywhere near where they were.
But I think the lack of coordination there for Rhys Kennedy was slightly alarming. It's another mistake from London in a second half that's been littered with mistakes and penalties, and that's just what Huddersfield have wanted, haven't they? They've just got some rhythm and momentum.
That was almost a win against the head there.
Don't get excited.
We're back in 1976 for a moment there.
Please don't get excited about that.
Head in.
Get it straight out.
Get in now.
Almost again. Almost again anyway. Huddersfield do get it, but we almost saw a win against the head. We haven't seen one of those for ages. Here comes Masters.
No tackle. What's that?
Spun back to Clune.
Surrender.
Young fellas out there don't know what that means, winning a ball against the head.
Go on.
Rushton's pass away. Taken again by Greenwood, who's pushed back but gets the offload to Deakin, and Deakin to Lollahair, and Lollahair bounces out of not one, not two, but 3 tackles. And has a search again down this left-hand side. And Meadows, his head snapped back there in the contact that went in.
Go to leave it to it.
Deakin.
Leave it to it.
Here's Rushton, and one again from Wilson. Wilson marched around by a couple of defenders.
Hold. Go, 3 play on.
Deakin to Clune, and Nagama.
4. Move, find the floor, Kev.
That looks
Find the
very
door, Kev,
sprightly,
step
doesn't he? Kevin Nagama at
4.
5 years of age now. Inside for Clune again. Rushton looking on the inside, and a little glance to the left, and decided to go himself down the middle. Deakin. Here's Clune again. Clune with a kick. A challenge there for McCarney, and it's beyond him, and it's beyond Halsall, and it'll be a tap back on the 20.
It was a competition in the air, and Sam Halsall's already shown once how well he can compete for the ball above his head. You feel like he's going to win this battle 9 times out of 10 against McCarney, but McCarney just gets his body in the way. He was strong enough to repel Halsall.
This is taken in by Elias McCarney. Short turnaround for London. They've got Hull Kingston Rovers next Friday away, so it's going to be tough to follow this one with that one. Suggesting that Maloubi might be back in selection thoughts of his coach Mike Eccles next week. A little bit of a back injury has kept him out of the 17 today. He's 18th man though.
3. Move out there. Back left.
Up to his feet gets Story. Meadows. This again is Makin.
Release him. Hold. Go. 4 lines.
Davis goes left to Leyland. Leyland inside again for Kennedy. Kennedy steps away from the attempted tackle. Just puts a little bit of a bruise on that Huddersfield line, but no more than that. And back inside on the 6 now, it's Meadows looking for a chip to the corner, and it's batted down by Kershaw. It's a knock-on, so even though Masters is tackled in the in-goal area, it'll be no advantage, so it'll be Huddersfield to get it back. So John Wilkin, you've had the delight of selecting the player of the match today. Who have you gone for?
Yeah, some big performances in Huddersfield. We spoke a lot about Adam Swift at length, about his contribution. Eason Masters, for me, maybe the most dangerous ball carrier on the field. But the man of the match, for me, for his contribution, his kicks, telling contributions, is Tui Lollahair. And the way in which he's just, with ease, controlled the game with his boot. A bit of a mixed bag for him. Not everything's gone his way, but in the big moments in this game, he's come up with money.
So Tui Lollahair, the player of the match.
3. Move, pull back left. Hold.
We'll be hearing from him, by the way, before we go off there. There's Deakin. Out of dummy half.
Move back. Hold.
Joe Greenwood suddenly found himself in that dummy half position. He's had a look around as if to say, who, me?
It's a long way down.
It is, and a long way back up again. Masters times the pass to Bibby. Bibby, if he can get his arms free, could wreak a big of havoc there because he has support left and right, but he can't. Fancy if effort was good enough. Livette now back to Masters again, who runs into that pocket of space. It's back to Lollahair, who will kick to the right-hand side. Also's waiting underneath it. Bassett was there as well. Murchie with a little kick over the top. Leyland's got some work to do and eventually dispatches it behind the dead ball line, and it was chased hard, nearly too hard.
Yeah, it was scruffy. Again, Lola Hay with a crossfield kick. He missed the mark on this one, but Halsall takes it cleanly. Murchie overcooks his kick slightly, but Leyland has to hack it dead. Murchie's actually taken that ball out, hasn't he? So London rightly with possession here.
Unless the ball hits the ground, it is still alive, isn't it? So if you're confused as to why that was London's ball, that's the reason. Clearly gone behind the net ball line off the boot of Leyland, but Murchie got a hold of it before it bounced, so concedes the tap. And here come London, and this now is Bassett. And McCartney's at dummy half. Inside for Leyland again. Kennedy. Butler. Carrying it forward.
To it now! To it! Hold. Go 3. Leave it
Davis.
to it now!
This is Kennedy again. Popping it over the top for Bassett to have a go.
4. Move! Think.
Into the final few seconds of this game. London have shown heart at times, but they've had
Hold middle, hold.
to work themselves out of difficult positions too often. As Davis puts that kick into that in-goal area, Masters will collect it safely enough. What do they draw from this game, John, in the final few moments? What do London draw from this game?
I think if they can get an equal share of possession in any game, that they will trouble teams. And I feel like, although they scored 6 points here today, they could well have scored many more. But too many penalties, too many errors. And when you give a team like Huddersfield that amount of possession, well, it's curtains.
And that will be that. And Huddersfield Giants backing up that big win last week in the Cup with what ultimately will be a satisfying win in the league in the capital. 3 wins out of 6 now for the Huddersfield Giants at the start of this Super League season. Tui Lolohea at the heart of so much of that. And London Broncos still go in search of that first win of the season. London 6, Huddersfield 26.